Have you ever been competing in something and said to yourself, if that guy who's up against me wasn't a part of this, then I'd be dominating this competition? Yeah, that happens in the NBA as well. Today, we're taking a look at an interesting concept. Who are the players who would get the greatest boost to their legacy if you were to erase one other player from existence? It's not just about how good you are, but it also matters who you're up against. And the reality is, some NBA legends have faced greater competition than others. Now, by no means do I think this is a complete list of the greatest examples, but it's simply the biggest examples that come to mind for me personally. So please, let me know in the comment section below what are some other examples that come to mind. So without further ado, let's get into it. One of the players who get the greatest boost if you eliminate someone else is Larry Bird without Magic Johnson. Obviously, we all know Larry Bird is one of the top 10 greatest players of all time, and some even think he's as high as top 5, as he won 3 NBA championships, 2 Finals MVPs, and 3 MVPs during his time in the NBA. But as we all know, his greatest competition throughout the 1980s was his rival, Magic Johnson. If Magic Johnson wasn't a part of the equation, then it's pretty safe to assume that the Celtics would have won the championship in 1985 and in 1987, since the Lakers are no longer a part of that matchup. Obviously, someone else would be representing the West in the Lakers' place, but beating the Celtics in that era was no easy task. So in all likelihood, Larry Legend is going from 3 championships to 5. And probably going from just 2 Finals MVPs to a total of 4. The one area where he's not actually gaining is in the regular season MVP award, as he would still have a total of 3, seeing how he was actually never the runner-up to Magic Johnson. Now the next player who would get a significant boost to his legacy would be Wilt Chamberlain if there wasn't a Bill Russell. Now from a statistical standpoint, you could certainly make the argument that Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest player of all time. For goodness sake, he averaged over 50 points and over 25 rebounds in a single season. And in that same season, he had 4 straight games where he scored at least 60 points, and the 4th game was 100. This guy's name is the record book, and for good reason, as he holds more NBA records than any other player in NBA history, and frankly, it isn't even close. The only reason why Wilt isn't unanimously seen as the greatest player of all time is because he didn't have that same level of success in the postseason, as he only won 2 NBA championships over the course of his career, compared to his rival Bill Russell, who ended his career with a total of 11. But if you take Bill Russell out of the equation, now we're looking at least 4 NBA championships for Wilt Chamberlain, seeing that he did lose in the NBA Finals to Bill Russell twice. But overall, he was eliminated in the playoffs 7 times by Bill Russell, meaning that theoretically, he could have had as many as 9 championship rings. He's also increasing his league MVP total from 4 to 5. Imagine the perception of Wilt Chamberlain if he had 9 championship rings, more NBA records than any other player in NBA history, and a total of 5 MVP awards. If this was the case, then I think that most people would consider him as the greatest of all time rather than Michael Jordan. Speaking of Michael Jordan, one of the players who gets the biggest boost to their legacy is Karl Malone without MJ. Now, Karl Malone was a strong 6'9" power forward who was among the leaders on the NBA's all-time scoring list. With Michael Jordan in existence, he still was a very accomplished Hall of Famer who had 2 league MVP awards. But he also has 0 championship rings and 0 scoring titles. Now, Karl Malone without Michael Jordan theoretically would have 2 championship rings, thanks to his finals appearances in 1997 and in 1998. He's also now gaining the 1998 League MVP award, taking him up to a total of 3. And get this, he's going from 0 scoring titles to a total of 5, as he was the runner-up to Michael Jordan 5 separate times. If MJ didn't exist, then this would mean that Karl Malone would be second all-time, only behind Wilt Chamberlain for the most scoring titles in NBA history. With this resume, he would definitely be challenging Tim Duncan for the title of the greatest power forward in NBA history. The last one on my list is LeBron James without Steph Curry. Obviously, LeBron already has a stacked resume, as he's now the NBA's all-time leading scorer both in the regular season and in the playoffs. And he also has the most All-NBA selections to go along with his 4 championship rings and 4 finals MVPs. But remember, LeBron James and Steph Curry met up in the NBA Finals for 4 straight years, and LeBron only won one of those matchups in 2016. If Steph Curry never existed, then LeBron's taking his total of 4 championship rings to potentially as many as 7. And based on the rosters he had at that time, I think it's pretty safe to assume that he's increasing his finals MVPs to 7 as well, which would then be the most of all time. Now surprisingly, LeBron was never the runner-up to Steph Curry in the MVP race. But with that being said, that wouldn't be necessary to significantly boost his legacy with all these added rings. So now it's your turn. Who's a player who gets a significant boost to his legacy if you take one player out of the equation? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.